Well, fight fans, that didn't take long. After I finished my video on the First Lady Cecilia Breakhouse, I fast forwarded and started watching the Martirosyan Golovkin fight, and 2 minutes, I mean 2 rounds. I'm sorry, the fight was over. I'm actually looking at the and listening to the post fight interview right now with Roy Jones, Max Kellerman, and Jim Lampley. Well, let me get my thoughts on the fight. I don't know who didn't see that coming. Look, my man Vanez went in there from the moment the fight started. He showed heart. He looked like he was in there to fight and not in there to run. But I mean, who didn't know that this was going to happen? I'm not saying I thought in the second round, but I didn't think this fight would go past 5 rounds. And I prepared myself for it. I said, well, I'm sure at some point Vanez is going to get brave, and Golovkin is going to catch him with something, big, and the fight's going to be over. And that's pretty much what happened. I agree with something that Roy Jones said as I'm sitting here listening to the post-fight interview. When a guy hasn't fought in a while like Vanez hasn't, you don't let him get the ring rust off. You don't let him get in a groove, start working his jab, get his feet moving, warm up, and get the fight into the fourth, sixth, seventh round, because now you give him the chance to win, and you give him a level of confidence that he could win the fight. This was I'm gonna call this for what it was. This was a stay busy fight for Golovkin, since he was supposed to be fighting Alvarez last night, and it was something for him to do to not build up rust. He's 36 years old, and to get him ready for the September fight, which is supposed to be Canelo Alvarez. Now, during the post fight interview with Kellerman, Max Kellerman asked him, "What about Daniel Jacobs, Jamal Charlo?" What about he named somebody else, y'all, that I forget. What about fighting those guys? Because now there are more guys in the middleweight division. Now, I think that a lot of those guys would like to fight Golovkin, because I think they see him beginning to slow down, especially after that Alvarez fight. But let's be realistic. What's going to happen is he's going to fight Alvarez in September. He's looking for that 15, 20, 22, whatever $1 million fight, so he can have something to stash away when he gets ready to retire. And yes, maybe there's a chance that if he beats Alvarez in September, especially if he can knock him out, that he will look to maybe fight one of those guys next year. Maybe Jamal Charlo will get his chance. Maybe Daniel Jacobs will, get his rematch, and maybe he'll fight Derevchenko, who was his mandatory. And I want to speak on that. I actually wanted to see Derevchenko in this fight. I didn't want to see Vanez in there. I wanted Derevchenko. They said that, well, it was a safer fight to take Vanez, because Vanez has been off for 24 or 23 months or so. But Derevchenko was only 12-0, and Golovkin is a veteran. Why not? I think that's a poor excuse. Why not get in there and fight a young, and by young I mean young young and experienced Derevchenko? I think that would have been a decent fight, but it didn't happen. So we move on from here. That's pretty much it, fight fans. Golovkin, takes his stay busy fight. He knocks out Vanez Martirosyan in the second round, and hopefully in September we'll see the rematch with Saul Alvarez. All right, fight fans, that's all. Catch y'all later.